Hello beautiful people, how are you? My name is Connor. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I think it's very probable that a lot of new people will be tuning into this video on my channel for the first time, have no idea who I am, and that's fantastic. So much welcome to you. For those of you who have been following my channel for a while, I think that it's possible that this video may surprise you, and some of the later videos that I'm going to be making on this subject, specifically, what I'm eating right now, are going to be maybe surprising and interesting. So either way, I really hope that this video finds you well. In this video, I want to cover a few things. There's too much information to try and put into one video. So for the purpose of this video, what I really want to do is just very briefly talk about what the heck is OMAD, or 1 meal a day, and then talk about the benefits that I have experienced. Let's get into this question. What is 1 meal a day? For those of you that have no idea what this thing is that I'm talking about, you have one meal in your day. But I think more realistically, many people who are doing 1 meal a day are in fact doing a very short eating window. So maybe that looks like, for some people, fasting for 20 hours and then eating food within a 4-hour window. And they may be considering that 1 meal a day, and I think that's absolutely fine. I'm sort of considering something like that. I'm eating within more like a 2.5 hour eating window. Sometimes I've had as long as 3, sometimes it's been as short as an hour. But the general idea is that you have a very long daily fast. The science behind having an extended fast on a daily basis is deep, it is phenomenal, it is some of it way over my head, and it's also stuff that I think is super important to present at some point, because it's really intriguing and amazing. But I'm not going to get into all that here in this video, because like I said, it would just go on forever. I think what I can say, just a couple quick points. As you probably know, as we've all heard, when we eat food, we take on this huge digestive load, and it takes a ton of energy from our system to process that. And so when we extend our fast on a daily basis, what we can do is free up energy for our body to do other things. In addition, when you're extending your fast on a daily basis, you're using your glucose energy, and then it gently moves into using your fat stores. And then you eat your food, and then you're using your glucose energy, and then you're extending your fast, and you start slipping into using your fat stores. So it's a very gentle process, and it's, using your fat stores is a really healthy thing, because that's where a lot of the toxins in our bodies are stored. And of course, having less fat on our body in general, up to a point, is very healthy, and we all know that. But to be able to kind of attack it and use it for a form of energy on a regular basis, it just like is cleaning house every single day. And that fasting state, most people say, starts at about 8 hours after you've eaten a meal. So what I'm doing is maybe up to 22 hours of not eating. I'm in a fasted state for a good chunk of time. I'm utilizing my fat stores. I'm burning through some toxicity. I'm giving myself a ton of space to rest, to recover, to heal, and for my body basically to do that in a really organic, a natural way. I have experienced a lot of benefits from eating this way over the last 2 months. And I think it would be great to just share the top 5 that come to mind. The first one is something that I had just talked about. I have lost fat and I've gained muscle. And I like that. I like that look aesthetically. I'm really excited about where my body is heading. But even more important than that to me is that I've gained strength. And I can do moves that I have not been able to do before in my acro practice, and it's also come through in body weight exercises that I'm doing. I've been working out more than ever before, up to 3 times a day. I do take days off, but to be able to do the amount of exercise, the amount of movement that I'm doing, and to feel the recovery happen within 24 hours is phenomenal. I have never experienced that before in my life, and I feel like because I'm giving my body this chance to recover, that's exactly what it's doing. Over a year ago, I did this extended overhead press with Brittany in our acro practice, and we actually did a bunch and they were all good, and I think I just pushed too hard, and on the last one, something popped in the back of my shoulder, and that was over a year ago. Ever since then, I've sort of had something going on back there, like this throwing action or this lifting overhead action has kind of bothered me. Sometimes a lot, sometimes it's just there. Over the last 2 months, I have been recovering, I've been healing that area, and I have added in some alternative movements to help strengthen that area, but I believe that it's primarily because I've given myself a chance to rest on a daily basis, that my body is spending energy healing and repairing that area of my body, and it's feeling awesome. One of the biggest benefits that I have received is freeing up a ton of energy in my day. I shop and prepare food and eat food in a very limited space, and it just feels incredible. I think I was really trying to eat throughout the day to keep myself satiated and to keep myself in a state that I thought was really appropriate and healthy for me, and I think at the time it was. But in reflecting on it now, I can see how much time and energy it was kind of taking from my life, just in preparing food and thinking about food and going shopping for food. And to have this all in one nice little ball of time once a day, I have so much more space for other things that I love doing. The last benefit that I want to mention in this video, that's ultimately the most important thing in life, and it's ultimately what I talk about in every single video, is that I feel happier, you know? And for me, like, when I find something in life that brings me more happiness, and a real happiness that's connected with myself, that's being generated from within my own system, where I feel more love for myself and my fellow human beings and this planet that we're on, that is something that I want to talk about and I want to share. Not because I want to say, you got to do this thing, but because I want to say, hey, this is something that's working for me, and maybe there's some elements in here that you want to take home and try on yourself. I feel so much more stable in my emotional world, really content, really happy. When I do experience emotions that maybe could be seen as contrary to that, I feel like they really make sense to me. I have space for them and I'm able to let them out in a very, very healthy way. The amount of energy that I have had is also exceptional. I feel like I can just do things throughout the day. And then when I get tired and maybe I want to nap or I want to go to sleep, doing that feels really also organic. There's no fight against it. It feels very like, oh yeah, I want to take a nap. I'm going to do that. So I would say that that's probably the most awesome thing. So what's to come in all of this? Well, for right now, this is working super well. If I know anything about life, I know that it changes, and I'm not gonna get too dogmatic about, well, anything, but particularly this thing that I've only been doing for 2 months. You know, right now it's working, it's awesome. I plan on continuing to share my story with you as it unfolds. I'm gonna share more specifically about what I'm eating, some of the fun things that I've added to my diet, some of the exercises that I'm doing. I'm also gonna keep talking about all the subjects that I used to talk about or that I'm excited to talk about. But, you know, we're just gonna kind of see how it goes, and I would absolutely love to get your feedback in the comments, you know, what your thoughts are, and I would love for that to come from a really loving and compassionate place, just as I am sitting here with you, sharing from that place as well. I'd love to just have that reciprocated. So stay tuned, stick around for the upcoming videos. It's only been 60 days, and I just can't wait to see where it all goes. So much love to you. Mwah! I'll see you next time.